Hello, Exip here, bringing you another solo guide, and this time it's Yogg-Saron with 0 helpers, or the Alone in the Darkness achievement. And this guide is mainly for warriors, but the strategy is applicable to all classes. So let's get started with talent choices. The only thing I would really recommend is Bladestorm, and you're going to see why in a minute. But otherwise, here in the first tier I chose Juggernaut, but double time gives you more mobility and is probably the better choice. Otherwise, the self-healing ability second wind is in my opinion best here, but you could also go with enraged regeneration. Doesn't really matter. In the last tier, I think Bloodbath is quite good, but if your gear is a bit lower, maybe you're gonna use Avatar. Depends a bit. For glyphs, I chose Enraged Speed, which is quite good in the transition phase. And then I went with the usual DPS glyphs, Endless Rage and Colossus Mash. Also a good glyph would be the Resonating Power, because it will get you out of the snare from the tentacle instantly. Yeah. But glyphs overall not too important. So let's get started with the fight. So phase 1 is really simple. You just walk into these green clouds and that will spawn a guardian, and you need 8 of them in total, and just kill them near Sarah, and this will trigger phase 2. Since phase 1 is so easy, I should maybe talk a bit about gear. I'm not really sure what I should recommend here as a gear check, but I'd say if you're a normal raider and you have around 560-ish gear, you should be more than okay. You can try it with even less than that, but it's just way easier with more gear. I also used the self-healing trinket from Juggernaut, which was quite helpful in phase 3, or just in the last phase, because it makes you last a little bit longer against these guardians. You see me here transitioning into phase 2. You will get grabbed immediately by a tentacle, and you want to get out with Thunderclap, because it's the only spell that works against these grabbing tentacles. After that, you want to get to the big crusher tentacle as fast as possible, while killing off any small ones that are on your way. When you're tanking a big tentacle, you usually won't get grabbed, or you're less likely to get grabbed. As you can see here, I was grabbed even though I was tanking one. After that, try to kill any remaining tentacles that are around, even though it's not always easy, as you can see here. At this time you should prepare for the next portals, because as soon as the portal spawns, a grabbing tentacle will grab you, and to counter that you're going to Bladestorm so that you're immune against that grab. And here I was just lucky that everything was grouped up and I was able to get inside really quick. This transition phase here is random. There are different ones. This is probably the best one because everything is grouped up and you're able to get through really quickly. And yeah, then you need to damage the brain to 30%. And if you're a DPS guy, you should be able to do this in one go. If you can afford not to use any offensive cooldowns here, then I would highly recommend that you do so and instead use everything at the end for the final burst. When you get out of this room, you want to start killing off all the remaining tentacles and just really wait until the first empower is over and then start your final burst. So if you face the boss while he's doing his gaze, you will lose sanity. And if you reach 0 sanity, it's game over. So what I do here is I try to be as conservative as possible with my sanity before the final burst. So a good trick to do that is using Blade Storm with your back against the boss. So he just used his Shadow Beacon ability, and what you want to do now is drag out all the ads so that Yogg-Saron isn't in range of the Shadow Beacon explosion, because otherwise it would heal him significantly, as you can see here with the little ads. After that you blow all your cooldowns and burst him down. It's at that time it's about 10 million life, so it's not really much. It's also a good idea to use defensive cooldowns here, because the ads are affected by the healing buff, which increases their damage because they have more HP. The more HP they have, the more damage they will do. But as you could see, I was never really in danger of dying. The self-healing trinket kept me pretty much top the whole time, and this just comes from the damage of the wounds on the ads. And then I could also have gone defensive stance. I didn't use rallying cry. You could also use Glyph of Die by the Sword to increase the uptime. So there's a lot of room for improvements regarding survivability, and this should encourage you to do this encounter even with low gear. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.